This is the Kia EV9. It's the latest electric car from Kia. It's a full-size SUV. We have seen so many crossovers, but this is a full-size SUV, and I'll show you what I mean by that in this video. Like you can see, it's enormous, it's super large, over 5 meters long, and it has a ton of cool electric car features. It has proper range, and there's so much cool things about this and where this car competes, because there is really no other car like this in Europe. We also need to do this quick since we are actually running out of daylight. Okay, like you can see, these are the rear seats, and these can be folded down with a button here, and I'll show you. Third row right, third row left. It automatically folds down like this, and it's the same for the left one, of course. And the headrest will also automatically fold in. You need to fold it up manually, the headrest on the rear seats. And then you have the middle seats, the middle row. So these have their own buttons as well. They will just slam down like this and fold the headrests, and the same with the left side. And now you have so much cargo space that I think it will compete with the Volkswagen ID Bus in cargo space. This is awesome. This is so much space for activities. So the second row, you need to manually fold them up, but the third row can be put up electronically. There is a normal outlet here. This will of course vary by region, but there should always be an AC outlet here for plugging in stuff. As you can see, I can charge my drill battery, of course, like I want to do. This is awesome. On the other side here, you have this one to open and close the trunk from here. And you have a 12 volt, 180 watt outlet here. You also have some plastic fastening points on both this side and this side as well. Let's take a look under here. So here you have the cargo divider and other stuff that's required to be in the car. Tire inflation kit and tow hook as well. And you can just move the cargo divider up if you want to use a cargo divider. The trunk has a close function and close and lock function if you are walking away from the car. By the way, this is the fully spec GT line launch edition with 7 seats, just for your information. Let's move to the middle row. So this is interesting because these are manual up. So you need to hold this one and then flip the seat up. So that works pretty nicely. Now if you want to get into the rear seats, you just press this one and the seat will move forward really easily, and you can get into the back row, which is the third row in this car. In the rear, the third row, you have 2 cup holders for each side, one small and one large, with a little compartment here. You also have the seat controls for the third row, and you have a USB-C port, which will give you 25 watts, which is okay. So you can max charge an iPhone, but a laptop will charge slowly on these in the rear. It's the exact same stuff on the other side, and this car also has the Meridian sound system, so you get the speakers all the way back here. I mean, seating is fine, but I would prefer if So, sitting behind here is fine, good legroom, and I see that this passenger also will have good enough legroom. So it's an actual usable third row. And it's really easy to embark and disembark. For the second row, I have a lot of space. If we give space to the ones in the back as well, I have to sit around here, I think, to get at least somewhat comfortable rear. And there is plenty of space. And yeah, I sit higher than the ones in the front, so I have such good visibility outside as well. Let's try to find some USB-C ports back here. The middle row has two options for the two side seats. You can have them cooled at 3 levels or heated at 3 levels. Unfortunately not at the same time, but this is such a nice luxury feature for the passengers in the middle. I found the USB-C ports for the passengers in the middle row, and it's on the front seat. So, let's see. Before you ask, this power bank can charge at around 100 watts, and it'll do so at up to 90%, so we are safe in that regard. 25 watts for the charging for the middle row passengers, or the second row if you want to call it that. And it's the same on the seat here. I assume it's the same speed here as well. "25 watts there as well, so it'll charge an iPhone and the iPad as fast as is possible, but your laptop might feel like it's draining while you are charging if you're doing heavy loads. The middle row passengers also have two cup holders here, which is nice, and a compartment under here for storage, in addition to the door pockets. I forgot to mention that you have sunshades in the rear. And I've locked myself in since there is child security on the rear doors. Let's take a look at the door for the driver. So, heated steering wheel. 2 levels, same as Tesla. This is massaging seats, because I can feel it right now. That's very nice. Wow, interesting. Please turn off. Okay, cooled seats 3 levels, same as in the rear. Heated seats 3 levels, same as in the rear. And this is driver profiles, I assume. We have settings for the windows and adjustment of the rear view. Sorry, not the rear view, but the side view mirrors. And this is very understandable and same in all cars, so I won't go any further on this. Frunk button, you press this twice and it'll open, and I'll show you that later. This is the charge port release, and the massaging is still going. This is the rear trunk door, and this is to turn off traction control, which I assume will just limit the interference of it. And here you have a manual, it's not a manual, but you can manually activate the electronic parking brake with this button. But it'll activate itself automatically if you are on a hill and press the car into park. Let's move over to this thing. This is to adjust the steering wheel electronically. Pretty nice. In the center console you have the option to activate auto hold, which I would prefer activated at all times. Here you have a wireless charger, which I tested with my iPhone, and it worked perfectly. This is a descent function, so it'll give you more regen, I think, and grab the brakes if you go downhill, like yeah, using a lower gear in a traditional car. Parking cameras, it has 360 view like you can see here, which is awesome. It works really nice. And parking sensors, which you can turn off if you don't like the beeping or you're driving through grass and stuff that will affect the sensors. Let's open this one. I haven't done so yet. So you have a compartment here and you have the charging here with NFC for some reason. I think this might have something to do with the key of the car. I was told that you can use NFC to unlock the car. So yeah, like a car key. Let's move over to the actual driving inputs. So there are a lot of buttons there. So let's just start here. Cruise control and lane assist worked nice. I tested it. I haven't tested the full aspect of the driver assistance systems yet, but felt like it worked really nice. It will beep at you if you exceed the speed limit, which is an EU regulation, so I'm not taking any points for that. That was the same with the Model 3 Highland. You need to manually turn off the speed limit alert every time you drive the car. Nice Kia logo. Drive mode and terrain mode. Drive modes, you have Sport, My Drive, Eco, Normal, iDrive Sport. In My Drive you can set up in the menu how you like the car to be. I like Sport mode, and you can see the IR stuff. That's not visible to the eye. That's just visible on camera, of course. That's eye tracking for driver assistance. Terrain mode, you have the option to drive in snow, mud, sand. That's in addition to the other drive modes, so you need to select one of them. You can't have sport and snow at the same time, which makes sense, or does it? Anyways, you can see that I have utility mode now. That just allows everything to stay on while we are stationary, like an EV should be able to do, and it should be default in my opinion. But anyways, it's nice that it's an option. Here you have mode. That's for Bluetooth audio and stuff. Here is a mappable button, favorites button, and volume controls and stuff like that. I don't need to go into that. And there is a normal wiper stalk behind here. For Tesla drivers, you not have seen this one before, but it works nicely, and I won't go into the wiper stalk. You have regen pedals behind the steering wheel. Let me try to show you there. So increase and decrease regen. There we go. So these behind the steering wheel will increase and decrease regen for you. And yeah, headlight stalk, like a normal car, I won't go into it. Here behind the steering wheel we have the gear selector, and this one is super nice. So the car will automatically turn on when you go in, I think. You need to, anyways, if it's off, you need to turn on the car with a button, which sucks, but that's the way it is. Anyways, the gear selector is similar to the ID family, the BMW family, at least the BMW i3. So you just twist this knob, rear, neutral and drive, and park is on the side here. This is my preferred gear selector design. I forgot to mention that this is a fingerprint reader, so you can start the car with a fingerprint. In the front you have a USB-C port, another USB-C port, and a 12-volt outlet. And you can decide if this is data or just charging. So we will choose just charging. "25 watts there as well, which is fine, but not amazing. Let's test this one as well. 25 watts there as well, which is fine, but not amazing. Here you have cup holders that are adjustable. in that sense that you can have a large compartment here. You can also close this entire thing, by the way, or you can just pull this one out if you have a smaller cup. So nice adjustability, and this will fit any water bottle or cup from any fast food chain that you want. Very adjustable, actually. And you can close it for a cleaner look. And you also have this tray down here, which is typical of EVs that doesn't have a transmission or stuff in the way here. So that's fine. That's nice, actually. Manual air vents, that's perfect. No need to have electronic air vents, in my opinion. You have temperature control here, so up for temperature up and down for temperature down. Adjustments of the fan speed, hazards, easy to get, easy to just use it to say thanks, for example. Much easier than the Tesla. That one is in the roof. You have volume here. It's a little bit slippery, in my opinion, but it works. And you can turn off and on here. You have mode, that's the same as on the steering wheel, and temperature for the passenger here. Sorry, this is not the same as on the steering wheel. This is for the different settings for the HVAC. This is the glow box. Completely normal glow box with quite a lot of space. And you can see the ambient light here as well, which is yellow at the moment. Okay, infotainment. I am not used to this infotainment, so I'll just go through the stuff that I think we should look at. So home, here, this will get us to this screen, which we are at. This is a haptic feedback button, so it's a little bit laggy, but it feels similar to the ID4 or the ID Bus, if you are familiar with those. Map. You can see the map here. Easy to get to, nice to have a shortcut to the map. Shortcut to search for the map, okay. Media. The media needs to stop playing, and you have favorites here, and setup. And setup is interesting because here are all the different settings for the car. So we have vehicle, here you have so much settings. Here is the driver assistance, here is the speed limit warning that you can turn off. Speed limit information is still nice to have, of course. Driving safety, driving convenience, motorway driving assist, which is same as Tesla Autopilot. If you're used to that, that's lane holding and adaptive cruise control. Let's go back to setup to see if there are any other settings that we will visit today. Electric vehicle, that's very nice. Battery conditioning. Manual battery preconditioning is awesome. All cars should have this. Tesla doesn't even have it. You should be able to manually precondition the battery. This is a nice feature, and it'll also do it if you navigate to a fast charger. So best of both worlds. Utility mode, this is what I had activated, so it'll leave on the lights or the ability to have the lights on. So you can still turn it off. This is nice for long time parking or camping. So this is kind of like a camp mode, which is awesome to see. I wish I had time to test that with this car. Smart generation, so this is adaptive regeneration based on the distance to the car in the front, I think. Strong deceleration is nice. Plug and charge, this is for plug and charge ISO compatibility, I think, so you can get the car to talk directly, provide payment to the charger when you plug in automatically. This is nice. Let's go back to setup. Since this is interesting voice recognition, I don't care. Layout. You can adjust the layout of the menus. Yes, this is just nice to know. That is an option. Buttons. custom buttons like this one, and on the steering wheel here you can adjust those to whatever you want. I like customizability. Reminds me of like BMW actually. Very nice navigation, display, sound, buttons, cluster, heads-up display. This car has a heads-up display, I'll show you soon. So you can select the theme for everything here, so super nice customizability. There is the heads-up display, by the way. Crystal clear and nice. I'm not the hugest fan of heads-up display because if I need to look at the speed there, my eyes are still off the road. So I don't know, but it's a nice feature for sure, and having navigation there is nice as well, as long as it works. And general settings, which software version and stuff you are on. Let's take a look at the front. So then we press this button twice. Nice, there is no latch to unlock under here. And here is the front. It's a small front, and this is the vehicle to load adapter, which I'll show you. I'll take that out, and you have washer fluid here, and easy access to air filter replacement. Washer fluid cap, nice, lots of plastic here. Should have made it a little bit larger, but I'm not the hugest user of the frunk, so I guess it's fine. It's for a charging cable and washer fluid and stuff like that. It's plenty of space, but it's quite small compared to the enormous hood of this car. And you have emergency release, 12-volt battery, easy access. That's something I like for sure. Easy to close, easy to open. Here are the headlights. They look super cool. I love them. But there is a catch, because you can actually purchase different patterns for these electronically. And I'm not sure if I'm into that idea. Anyways, I won't show you more of that now. I just want to show you the basic layout here. And I think they have done a fantastic job of designing this large SUV. So you can open the charge port by just pressing a button. It's electronic. And this one is always open. That's AC charging in Europe. And DC charging can be opened with a flap. Perfect design. A little bit flimsy, but you know, perfect, almost perfect design. And you can see here it's rated for 800 volts. I think that's the K, if I'm not mistaken. And that's for closing, and that's for, I think it's releasing the charge plug. So let's test the vehicle to load adapter. I'm sorry it's starting to get very dark here, but I'll press this one in. And you can see the green light. And I'll open this one. Let's give you a little bit of light here. As you can see, there is a wall outlet there, so you can now charge anything from outside the car, which is awesome. So, if I was at the work site, I could charge my drill battery, which is nice, from outside the car. Now you can see that we are transferring vehicle to load, which is my drill battery. And this car could charge my drill battery for 79 hours before we reach 20% apparently. Which, yeah, I know, it's interesting to see. This is the passenger front seat, and you have some options there. You can press this one and let's see what happens. it'll put the seat into resting position. And you can also move the seat here for easy access to the rear or middle row. This material feels like a Kia leather. It's fake leather, I am 99% sure. Anyways, it's of course perforated for ventilation, but it feels pretty nice. Not far from the Tesla material, in my opinion, and it smells in here like new car smell, which I don't like, but a lot of people like. It's unfortunately dark already, and I need to end this video. I hope you liked our tour of the Kia EV9. I'll do some more testing of this one. I always have the ability to get the car once more, so stay tuned for more videos on the Kia EV9 and other electric cars. And please leave me any comments. Are you planning on purchasing this car? I've heard that a lot of people are planning to purchase this car because they waited for a large SUV, electric SUV, which is rare. You have the Model X, but it's not really the same at all, and it has a lot of funky stuff with the doors, and people don't really want that. People want a more normal SUV. And this one is so large, so much space. It has 800 volt architecture, or does it? We will test that later. It's something interesting with this battery in this one. Anyways, it should still charge fast. It feels quick to drive. I'll have driving impressions, of course. And it has all the safety features that you would expect, and blind spot cameras, which is awesome, and it feels comfortable, and the materials feel super nice, like I have shown you in this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more videos like this and videos that are not like this, you can subscribe to this channel. I see a lot of people that watch my videos that don't subscribe, so please leave any feedback in the comments and I'll try to improve.